Many leaders struggle to motivate and engage their team. Leadership would be really easy if everyone was highly motivated, right? A leader's job is to lead everyone on their team. Some people are easily motivated, and guess what? Some people are not. I've been in enough leadership roles in my career to learn a few things about motivation. Today, I want to share with you 2 ways that you can motivate every member of your team. Before I do that, I want to invite you to join our next Move the Needle Challenge, where I'll help you or maybe someone in your team unlock the logjam that typically stands in the way of making progress. Why? So you can in fact move the needle forward on something important. If you're interested, follow the link in the description. Okay, how to motivate and engage your team. I'm going to assume for a second that having the skills and doing the job isn't the issue. If not, do me a favor, message me and I'll discuss this on another episode. For now though, I want to highlight 2 ways to motivate and engage everyone on your team. Those who are easily motivated and those who are not. Whatever you do though, make it about them, not about you. Okay, the number 1 way to motivate and engage someone on your team is to connect with them and understand what matters most to each member of your team. And when you do, then authentically help them achieve it. If you want to activate loyalty, you first got to understand what's important to each person on your team. See, some leaders I talk to about this tell me it's really hard. They say, Riv, man, this is hard. Harder than you think. It's hard to get this kind of information out of an employee. Many of them just don't want to share. Great comment, right? I want to just highlight this is no different than parenting. For those that are parents out there, there's a lot of teenagers who don't want to share with their parents what's going on, what's important to them. But that doesn't mean you don't try. See, getting to know each employee is not like some item on your to-do list. It's not a one and done kind of thing you check off, right? This must be an ongoing effort. And like a child, right, it's not something you ever give up on. If you want to motivate and engage your team, you must first earn their trust. As with any relationship, trust doesn't happen by accident. Trust is established by 2 people, individual to individual, over time. And you as a leader can build trust when you sincerely attempt to understand what is most important to someone else. And then when you do, authentically help them achieve it. It's simple. You can't fake this though. See, people will read through insincere efforts. I encourage you to sit down one-on-one with each member of your team on a regular basis, not just once a year. Take the time to understand what they love about their job. What don't they love about their job? What interests them outside of work? What's most important to them today and maybe in the months and years to follow? And then genuinely help them put a plan in place to achieve it. See, the more you know, the better chance you'll have of discovering something that incentivizes them, like that they're motivated by. Maybe it's money, maybe it's flexibility, maybe it's recognition, maybe it's workplace culture, right? See, earlier in my career, I led a group of system engineers, and HR created comp plans that would give them bonuses that matched the sales team's efforts, right? And I just thought that was insane, right? While money is important, it wasn't the number 1 technical driver for technology people. See, technology people like to work on cool projects and they like to know the work they do matters. Guess what? They also like to play with the latest technology. So instead of giving them a quarterly bonus, I gave them a quarterly technology stipend. They had to spend the money on the latest toy and expense it. This lit them up like a Christmas tree, right? Another guy on my team, I paid his car payment for as long as he hit his certain milestones. Another person was motivated by a vacation bonus for his family. The list of ideas I played with over the years is endless. I would love to tell you that I was so smart that I came up with all these on my own. I didn't. I asked them what was important to them. They gave me the answers. They gave me the ideas. And all I had to do was exercise a little bit of freedom to bend a few rules. I'll give you another example. One of the best hires I ever made was a guy named Mark. I'm going to date myself because this was like 20 or more years ago, right? Mark crushed his interview. I loved him right out of the gate, right? But during the interview, at the end, he told me, he's like, hey, I compete every other year in a bodybuilding contest. And he wanted my support to let him work out, probably like around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, right? Just for the weeks leading up to the competition. In those days, that was like completely outside the norm. But he promised me that nothing would slip. Long story short, I supported Mark in what he wanted to do, and never once did he drop the ball. Not once. And he worked for me for years. In fact, I probably counted on Mark more than anybody ever counted on in my entire career. Knowledge is power. You have to take the time to get to know what motivates each person. Just because someone doesn't open up doesn't mean you stop trying. Okay, the second way to motivate and engage others is to catch them doing something right and then reinforce it. Too many leaders are so focused on catching people making mistakes. The way they sometimes talk about their team makes you just wonder, do they even like the people they work with? Whether you hired your team or you inherited them, guess what? It's your team, so lead. One of the easiest ways a leader can improve team performance and morale is to notice and emphasize the good things people are doing. Why? Again, basic. So they repeat it. Let me ask you this. How do you feel when someone criticizes your work? Conversely, how do you feel when someone compliments you or highlights an aspect of your work? Maybe something that you're particularly proud of. Now just pause for a second and reflect on some of your recent engagements with your team, right? And how did they go, right? What was your talk track? See, it doesn't matter if you have a catchy slogan. It doesn't matter if you wallpaper the office with all kinds of motivational posters or you create fancy marketing materials that tout your brand promise. If you treat your team like they're irresponsible, they're untrustworthy, and they have to be micromanaged, guess what? They're going to act that way. And you know what? They're also going to treat other people that way. Teams model their leader. Your job is to create a positive ripple effect. Your job as a leader is to role model the behavior you want to see in others. When you catch your team doing something right, you reinforce the values that are important to your business. The two ways I highlighted today to motivate and engage your team are: 1, make time to connect with and authentically understand what matters most to each person on your team. And then when you do, help them put a plan in place to achieve it. Right now, build loyalty big time. The second one is catch your team doing something right. Make a new habit of looking for positive habits and behavior. I bet you'll find them. Too many people focusing on finding something wrong. Find something right. They always say, Riv, you're so positive. Why? Because I look for it. Right? Whatever you do, make it about them, not about you. If you want more strategies and tactics, just like I shared today, I invite you or maybe somebody in your team to register for our next Move the Needle Challenge. And I guarantee you, I will help you or them unlock the logjam on other challenges you or they face, so you can in fact move the needle forward on something important. The link is in the description. Okay, if you like this, you like what I shared today, you got a golden nugget, right? Do me a favor, give it a like, right? Comment below, and of course subscribe, because each week I'm trying to share content to help you embrace change, focus your efforts, and accelerate results. I'll talk to you soon.